Hi, Spirit Speaker here. Going to do another reading. It's going to be the same as the last, I think it was the last one, where the men choose a king of any suit, hearts, spades, clubs, or diamonds. The women, you choose a queen, hearts, spades, clubs, or diamonds. Now I'm going to give you a few minutes to get it in your head which one you're going to be, and don't think of anything else but that suit. Just the one that you're wanting to be you. Now, of course, this won't resonate with everybody because it isn't a one-on-one, but I'm beginning to get a lot of feedback that it is working, that people are getting the answers that they needed, which is good. So, if you all are ready, let's get started. All right. First one up, I don't know if y'all can see it, that is the King of Diamonds. You're looking at a Jack of Spades, which is telling me this Jack is a dark-haired boy. He's right around 18, 19 years old. There's something going on with this teen, and I get the feeling that maybe this is a family member, or it could even be not by blood, but sort of a family member. He is trying to straighten up his life. He's trying to get back on track through the help of you. I also want to say that during my prayers and my smudging, I have asked for spirits to come through, orbs. So if y'all catch one that I don't catch, leave me a message down there so I can look at it. So just keep an eye out, because they're usually pretty good about showing up. So just let me know. Okay, back to the thing. With this King of Diamonds, you've got a Ace of Clubs. And in my readings, the clubs means it can be anywhere from luck changing for the better, things are getting better. You got money behind you, so that's kind of telling me that the money troubles are behind you. They're, within the next 21 days, you're going to see a better time. Things are getting better. So just hold on, keep doing what you're doing, and things will get better. It looks like, for those of you that's married, this is a light-haired woman, and this is the King of Diamonds. We're still on that one. This light-haired woman has, it looks like a son. It's not your son, but it looks like a son that has been brought into the marriage, the living together. Both of you are having problems with this boy. He's looking at darkness, and like I've always said, I've always told you guys, what card you choose will never change. You're that card during the whole reading. But these other cards, they flip and flop, they change different people, different meanings. So right now it's showing me that this boy we're talking about, the one that's the trouble is around, he has got a dark-haired friend. The boy is probably 17, maybe 18, but probably right on the cusp of turning 18. He is hanging out with a 19-year-old boy. This is going to be a problem. You've got to get this kid in check. This is a dark-haired boy, the son. It looks like within, I don't know, probably 8 months, if you don't get him in check, it could be he's got the card here. which this is the Ace of Spades turned upside down, which means it's digging the grave. That doesn't necessarily mean death in the physical. It could mean digging a grave of, he could be digging a grave of getting in trouble, going to jail, going to prison, which is, kind of like the death of him and his way of knowing. So if you don't get a check on this kid, you're going to have trouble. The good thing is we've got the ace or the 8 of clubs right underneath him. Best card in the deck. You cannot have a better card in the deck. So this is right underneath him. This is telling me that there is a chance. There's a big chance of things turning around. So just keep on him. Keep up with him. Watch this friend that's coming in. You guys need to watch your home, watch your things. And this boy is just new into this kid's life. This boy, this friend of his, this dark-haired boy, is, he's a thief. He has only bad intentions. There's nothing, I don't see anything good that can come out of these two friends that's, just this fresh friendship. I don't like this idea of what's going on, because he's the reason that this boy could potentially go to jail, prison. He's the reason. So you already know who you are. You already know who I'm talking about. I can, my spirit guide here is telling me that there's a couple of you saying, oh my gosh, I know exactly who she's talking about. Start working on this immediately. There's normally I was wanting to bring in these spirits later on, but there is a guy here that wants it to be known. His name's Joe McAllister. McAllister? Yes. And he is in Pennsylvania, or he was. He's not been gone real long. It looks like his life was taken away really, really quick. I don't know that it was a car accident. It was almost something like a freak accident. He wants everybody to know he's okay. He made it. And that he's got a cat with him. Apparently it's going to resonate with somebody. Mom, I think he's saying mom's name's Patty. So I don't think her name's McAllister. Now, it may be, but I'm getting an idea that maybe it's another name. But he just wanted to get this out because I guess mom's having a really, really hard time with this still. And he wants her to know that, he wants you to live, Mom. He wants you to live your life. Yeah, you're sad. Yeah, you miss him. I've never lost a child. I can't say I know how you feel, but he just wants you to get back out there amongst the living. Because he says, do this for me, Mom, please. Just do this for me. He did it. It wasn't painful. There at the end, it wasn't painful. And he's got Pop. I get the feeling that this is probably a grandfather, but he called him Pop when he was little. So, that's just the message that he wanted to get through. So, and he's a very kind young man. He's telling me thank you and stuff. So, let's get back to the reading. Okay. Now, the ex-husband, I'm still on the King of Diamonds because I want to try to get into more of what people chose. I want to try to get into their into their signs and, and the cards that they chose. So we're still on him. Now, your wife or girlfriend has got an ex, and he blames her, or he's going to blame her for every wrongdoing that their child has done. It's her fault, but what he's not understanding is once a kid gets so old, it's nearly impossible to keep check on them all the time. They're coming, they're going, you just can't do it. So I just want to give you a heads up that he's going to blame you if something goes wrong, but keep your head high. It's not your fault. Just bear with it. Don't fight with him. Don't argue with him. That's what he's looking for. That's what he has always looked for. So, just keep it in the back of your mind what has happened, and try to steer this kid into the right way. So we're going to move on. The next card is the King of Club. And you're this guy, a few of you that chose this, you're going on a trip within 8 to 9 days. I don't know if you know it. If you do, it looks like everything is going to be okay during this trip. Everything's fine. If you don't know it, there's hearts all around you. So that's telling me that it could be a trip for love. It could be a trip to meet someone that you love, or a reconnection of someone, something like that. But this is going to be a good thing. Now, it looks like you may have a little bit of car problems before you leave within the 8 to 9 days when you're getting ready to leave. It looks like something's going on with your car, but it will be fixed. It will, it'll take you there where you need to be. It doesn't feel like this is a real far place that you're going, but it's still considered a trip. Even if you're going to the next town, it's still, in my readings, it's a trip. So, just prepare. 8 or 9 days, prepare, because this is something that you got to do. Stop talking yourself out of it. You are the type where you're set in your ways. You think that you want to go do stuff, but then when the time comes, you're more comfortable just sitting in front of the TV, watching your sports, reading your newspaper, the same day-to-day stuff. You're kind of being pushed into doing this, into going wherever this is you're going. Just go with the flow. You might as well do it. It's just going to have to happen. So, there's really not a whole lot about this. Although it's been brought to my attention by Nanama, my spirit guide. There is a woman that doesn't want you to go. And I don't think this is like a girlfriend. I think this is more like a family member not wanting you to go, saying, oh, you know how you do. You're going to get down there. You're going to be upset. You're going to come right back. Waste of time, waste of money. You're going to have to shut that part off. Just go. Don't listen. I hate to say that, but don't listen. Okay, let's go on to the next. Next, we have the Queen of Clubs. Now, you've got some really good cards around you, sweetie. Really good cards around you. It looks like you may be going through a divorce. Now, it looks like you may have had dark hair naturally, but you've lightened your hair. This is sort of, you've been thinking about going this divorce. You've been thinking about leaving him. And not that he's a horrible, horrible guy. You just aren't compatible anymore. So, for years, you've talked about this. For years, that song that you sing all the time, Reba McEntire, Is There Life Out There? Yeah, you know who I'm talking to. That's what you got to keep in your head. Now, I hate for people to get divorced, but you're already going that way. So, you've been playing that song. You've been thinking about that song. It came on the other day. And it kind of, it started resonating with you. Like you were listening to everything, all the words and stuff. And it was like, yeah, that's me. So, yeah, that's you. Yep. You're just going to have to, there's just too much water under the bridge. He's just done too much to forgive this time. He's done something this time that's pushed you. And like you've always told him, I may have one foot over that line, but if you push that second foot, I'm not coming back. He did not believe it because you've said this 1,000 times, but he's going to believe it now. So for your mental health and your health, this is going to have to be done. This has got to be done. Your health has been going downhill for about a year and a half now because of this. And And your mother's here. She's from, she's in the spirit world. She's here, and she wants me to tell you, don't 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 let him do like he's always done. How I'll change, I'll do, I'm not going to be the same person. I'm going to completely change everything. He's not going to change. You know that. And she pushed you for many years to do it. Not that he was like a bully beating you up or anything, but it's just the little things that add up to the big things that's got you to this point again. So take a deep breath. Go through with it. Don't look back. Don't let him say that the kid, I get the feeling it's a girl. Don't let him say, oh, look what you're doing to our child. Look, you're a horrible person for breaking up this family. Look what you're doing. She's going to be, that kid that goes to school. And, oh, mom and dad, he's getting a divorce. And yeah, it is going to be hard on her. But she'll adapt. Kids are resilient. They can adapt so quickly. So, it's just got to be done. You didn't know that. So, okay, let's move on. We got the King of Hearts. Now, oh boy, you're playing two girls. There's one guy out there that chose that King of Hearts, and you're playing two girls. It's going to backfire. Oh goodness, is it going to backfire, because they're going to find out about each other, and it's not going to be pretty. I would not want to be you. Yeah, you're single, play in the field and stuff, but there comes a point in life when you got to think about the other people's feelings. Now, the light-haired girl, she's deeply, madly in love with you. And you kind of love her in a way. She's going to be devastated if she finds this out. You've got to man up. Now, the other one, the dark-haired girl, she doesn't really care one way or another, whether you come or go, doesn't matter. But she's the one you're chasing. Just like I say, give them what they want. They never fall in love. Don't give them nothing, and they can't get enough. Don't be that guy. Be a man. Man up. Yes, my spirit guide said to tell you yes. And she said to tell you, you already know. So when you see this, you're going to know I'm talking about you. And one of the guys, there's several of you doing this, but one of you is named Jim. Most people call you Jimmy. Your real name is James, but they call you Jimmy, but there's a few that know you by Jim. But, dude, be the stand-up guy. Don't play these girls, especially this light-haired girl, and she's such a good girl. You just don't, you don't understand what you're going to do to her. She's starting to catch on, but when you actually tell her, hey, I got this side chick over here, and you're going to tell the other one, I got this side chick, but you're the one for me. Don't do it. Just trying to save you a world of hurt, because, you don't want that to be your reputation, I guess is how I want to put it. Don't be that guy. Girls don't like that guy. So, yeah, but there is good coming out of this. I hate to say it, but you may end up both of them. You may lose them both. Now, there'll be another girl come along, but if you don't do this clean break with these girls, she's going to hear about this reputation of you, and she's going to be gone, and she could be the one if you don't choose between these two girls. So let's move on. Let's go to the Queen of Diamonds. I'm being told, this is one girl's name out of this. Your name's Amanda. A lot of people call you, it's not Mandy. it's a different name, but they call you, I think it's your second, I think it's your middle name that they call you, like Kiki or KK, something like that. I don't think you go by Amanda. It's going to be okay. You've got love all around you. You've got love above you, below you, and at the side of you. There is one spade directly underneath one of the hearts, but that's just your own mind. That's just your way of thinking that needs to be removed eventually. This is the same girl that, let's see, KK, you are in the process of moving right now, and you're moving states. You're in Arizona, and it looks like, boy, you're making a big trek. You're going to Milwaukee. Wow. So that's going to narrow it down about this girl. Now, this isn't going to be for another 7-8 weeks that you're going to see this video, but when you see it, and this is starting to happen and stuff, you're going to say, oh, goodness sakes, wow. So you will find that happiness that you've been seeking. But you got to make your own happiness. You've got to be your own person. So don't let anybody else be your happy. You be your happy. Okay, now we're going to go to the Queen of Spades. Oh, goodness. Now, there is a girl here that has chosen this. You just recently, when I say recently, you've recently, within the past couple of weeks, have changed your hair color. You went on a different route. You went from a light-haired girl to sort of a silver grayish kind of color, you know, the color that young kids are wearing right now. So, but you're looking at love. You love being in love, if that makes sense. You love being in love. You love the fact of love. But I don't see a guy around you. There was a guy, but, you know, he wasn't what you wanted. And I think this is where all this is, you know, is heading, is you're just looking for that prince. You will find him. But this is, you know, this has got to be probably 9-10 months, almost a year before you actually find the one. But it'll be okay. You're going to find him, okay? Now there's a Samantha that chose this Queen of Spades too. Hon, you've got good luck behind you and underneath you. So that's telling me that you always have luck around, like things that it could go bad. Seems like it luck turns. And yeah, my spirit guide's telling me that there's talk about going to Las Vegas for the first time in your life. The gambling and stuff, because you do seem pretty lucky. And that they're telling me that you're also in the process of like going on a diet, getting into shape before you go, because you want to look fly. There is an older woman coming through that wants me to tell you, it's like she's calling you Lee, but I think it's Leah, something like that. But it's almost like Lee, something like that. This grandmother, she always wore dresses. She had the old granny shoes on, still wearing them. Hair up neatly in a bun, but when she took her hair down, it was really long, probably about as long as mine, goes down to my waist. So that's about how long her hair is when she puts it down. You're infatuated with the idea, once you get settled in on everything, you're infatuated with the idea of going into business for yourself. You've got this wonderful idea. I think you need to definitely check into this. And you are right. There is a calling for it. You just have to find that circle, but you're going to find it. You do need the help of your best friend, so let her kind of guide you. You two, kind of map it out together. She's got a lot of good ideas. So yeah, she always says, I'm right. You might as well just do what I tell you and do what I ask you, because I'm right. So if you just do it my way, everything will go smooth in the first place. So she's one of those friends, those friends that a good friend, will help you up when you fall. But a best friend will knock you down just to see you fall and everything be okay. It's kind of like that kind of thing. I've got a couple of those girlfriends that I'd probably shove down a couple of times, but I'd help her back up eventually. But maybe, no, I'm kidding. I would, maybe. But so it's okay. Everything's going smooth. Everything's going smooth. Now, there is one small problem, and I'm not even that worried about it. I'm just going to touch on it and stuff. Keep your checkbook in line, because I think that maybe someone is possibly using, now this is for another girl, this isn't for the Lily. This is for another girl that chose the Queen of Spades. Somebody's getting into your account. So even though you don't pay much attention to that kind of stuff, you are in, this is a girl in Kentucky. Now, right on the edge of Kentucky, Ohio, right on that border right there, someone, you keep going over, everything keeps getting declined. You just can't figure it out because you've never been really good about keeping your checkbook nice and straight and clean and stuff. You need to go back and you need to check, because someone has gotten into your account somehow. And I think it's something to do with online. So you might check into that. Have your bank help you if worse comes to worse. But other than that, things look pretty good for you. Okay, I'm going to have to let this 15-year-old girl talk. She got short. Her hair would probably normally be blonde, but she's got it dyed like a fire red. She committed suicide 8 months ago. She's from Florida, right? You're from Florida? She's from Florida, right in the Panhandle. Oh, she's correcting me. She did not commit suicide. She did not. Somebody put something. Somebody, I don't know that I'm having a hard time keeping up with what she's thinking and saying, because I think she's still really confused. She thought that it would be she thought nobody was hearing her. She thought nobody was listening to her. Yeah, she had pointed a finger at a couple people and said that they did something to her or whatever. And this time, the boy who calls wolf, sometimes they're not believed, but this time she was telling the truth. But she wants everybody to know it's not their fault. She's very sorry. She's also talking about Aaron, and it's Aarin, Aaron. This is a guy who tried to help her, but she just felt lost. She felt like she didn't deserve to be here, like she was a bother to everybody, and she knows now she wasn't, but she wants everybody to know that she's okay. She's okay. And, a lot of people believe when you commit suicide, you go straight to hell. But my grandmother was a very wise woman. And she said one day when I asked her about it, she said, why would God throw you into hell when you're at the lowest point in your life. That's not how it works. You know, you have your death date, and I think I've touched on this before. You have your death date. You got 3 outs. Okay, if you decide to get out before your death date comes up, you do have to stay in this area. You have to stay on Earth, see the ripple effect that's happened. You can still go to heaven, come back down, but you've got to kind of stay around until this happens. So she's the one that, you know, she's been upset, but she's been making noise out in the garage. Stuff are falling. She's knocking things over. She's trying, you know, she's screaming, I'm here. I'm here. She sees the ripple effect, and she wants everybody to know that she is so sorry that she did this. She didn't know. She didn't know it'd affect everybody like this, because she just thought that, you know, she'd be out of the way. So, you guys hadn't been in Florida that long either. Looks like you guys moved from... I feel like you guys were in Alabama. You ended up in Florida, and it wasn't too long after Florida that the move there that, you know, she did this. She couldn't fit in. She never fit in her head. You know, she's just explaining to me and showing me. She's showing me her wrist. There was a couple times that she cut her wrists. Then was sort of like the first act is how she's saying it. And you're going to know who she is because she said this before. So, but she's okay. She's okay. She doesn't want anybody to blame themselves. It's her own fault, she's saying. So, and you're welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, let's move on down to the Queen of Hearts. Now, girl, it just seems like, you know, you've got spades all above you. But it looks like you're going to be saved. It's like in your head, your life has been one misfortunate thing after another. And for the most part, that's true. I'm understanding that. But sometimes, now I'm not saying nothing bad, but sometimes you kind of pull it in. You know, misery loves company. You like to, you have trouble seeing the bright side of things. Why not for just for once, go 1 week of looking at the good side? Okay, let's just say your car don't work. Normally, you know, you go out and your car doesn't start or something. Normally you'd say, oh, just my luck. I can't believe this. Switch it. Say, oh, okay, that doesn't work. Well, then, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to walk today. Maybe I'm supposed to walk. Or maybe I'm supposed to call somebody to come and get me, and for a reason. For 1 week, be positive. Even no matter what happens, be positive. Maybe you're being taught a lesson and you haven't learned it yet. And yes, I'm talking to you, Alexandria. Yep, Alexandria. Wow. You're from Canada? But you recently went to Michigan, then you went back home. But yeah, I'm mainly talking to you, but there's some other ones. There's another one that is going to have some death in her family. Normally, I don't do the death thing. Normally, I kind of steer clear because you can't stop it. You can't stop the death when it's time. But they just want to prepare you, you know, that some death is coming. But the ones that's getting ready to pass is way ready. You know, it's time for them. This is an older lady, and it's also, there's going to be a male that you don't know real well, but he's like a great uncle or something. But, you know, then things are going to start looking better. It's going to look up. you are at odds with a dark-haired man. I don't know that you're married to him, but I think you've been married, divorced, kind of seeing each other again on the rocks kind of a thing. A lot of the problem is his son does not like you whatsoever. Now, you got to think of it this way, though. The boy is in between 8 and 10 years old. He's not going to like nobody. He's not going to like anybody that takes his dad's attention away. Why not do it differently? Why not do one-on-one with the boy? Why not? Hey, let's go out and me and you can get some ice cream, or let's go play some basketball, or let's me and you, let's leave him out. We don't need dad. He's in the way. Let's me and you go do something. You know, or ask him, you know, what can, you know, do you need help with anything, or do you want to change the color of your room? Do you want to change the whole outlook of your room? Why not just try to show him that you're going to do whatever you can to make this work, and then it'll be okay. King of Spades. Boy, there's someone here that's just hasn't been quiet since I've started this. This is a friend here that of this guy who chose the King of Spades. The best card in the deck is right above you. That's a good thing. But Jack here. Jack wants you to know that he's always been behind you. And he also wants you to, something about a dump truck. Maybe you got some kind of a company, or you're wanting, you're wanting to start your own company, you know, hauling gravel and hauling dirt. Now this guy here, that one of the guys here that I'm talking about right now, he's actually from our area here. So, you know, in Indiana, in this area, it could work. This could work. Now, I don't know if y'all seen that, where that camera just moved in and out. That's because Jack just moved over there and is messing with the camera now. So Jack is a pretty tall guy, to me anyway, 5'8", maybe, I don't know, he may be 6 foot, slim guy, very slender. Yeah, but he says he's cool, so yeah. So that's just his, I guess that's just how he always was. But he wants, I think, Bob. He's also talking about a Bob. Oh, sorry, Bobcat. You need to get a Bobcat also, and the dump truck. If you're going to do it right, you know, do it right. If you're going to start this thing, be prepared. You can do it. You got the money to do it. Quit holding it with you. And he says, as you know, you can't take it with you. So, yeah, it looks like we've pretty much went through everybody. So there's a lot of spirits here, but I'm getting close to the end of what my phone can actually hold, which hopefully pretty soon I'll be getting my computer up and running. So, but y'all have a good evening or good morning whenever you watch this. Have a blessed day, blessed night, and I will get my videos out much sooner. I won't be in between so long in between of them. So glad you joined me. I hope you enjoyed this. Leave a comment if it's something you want me to another different type of reading or whatever. Ask me questions. Be more than happy to answer them. Until next time. Bye-bye.